are, but there you are, and there you are, and grateful are we to see how fine, and there you are, there you are.
And where are you, my darling? I'm not here. Oh, that's nothing that well. Standing with a gent who seems singularly bent on attaching both his hands before me.
Wow! I can see it brings a laugh of a most engaging chap, and all that terms do exactly as I please.
The lady down in front who's landed me had a latchkey. Surely she must know what it's going to do.
Linda!
These lovely people will rob me more or less.
Deirdre!
Let us grab the slice and share the load to sing.
There you are, how glistening day and down there you are, just slightly west of Leicester Square you are, yes there you are, and grateful we all should be full well aware we are. So lightning twin the song kick up of us, we cannot pray or trust is blind in us, so drink your fill and just unwind in us, a warmly wicked frame of mind in us, no blind in us. We want you and not a lot. We care for where you've been, and not to talk. We care how you got in. We must bear that there you are. Down they are.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and a welcome. A very warm welcome here on those thrilling of occasions, here at the Music Hall Royale. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have the privilege of presenting to you the premiere performance of The Mystery
Of Edwin Drood.
Now, this is a musicale with dramatic interludes, and as we are no doubt aware, Mr. Charles Dickens was well halfway through writing the greatest mystery novel of our time when he committed the most ungenerous deed a writer can ever commit. He died. Leaving not a clue behind as how he wanted to conclude our story. But tonight, ladies and gentlemen, when we reach that point where Mr. Charles Dickens wrote no more, I will be asking you to vote upon the key questions, and then our company will make its most earnest efforts to meet those specifications. Oh, and for you gentlemen, who might have come here unaccompanied and require companionship through the final curtain, I think that you only need to speak to Mr. James Throttle, and he will ensure that
You will never be lonely again. I'll fix you up later, sir.
Oh, look, Jim, he wants fixing up right now. His tongue is hanging out. Oh, no, wait. He is just wearing a big tie. Oh, I'm most apologies. Oh, and gentlemen, remember that these are unpaid actors, and so that we ask that you contribute generously towards their theatrical studies, and that you make sure that all goods are returned by tomorrow morning.
None the worse for wear.
Keep that in mind. We need the money. So, ladies and gentlemen, I give you, for the first time ever, the premiere performance of The Mystery of Edwin Drood. Portsmouth, the ancient mouldering cathedral city of Portsmouth. Not such a great setting for Christmas season that is now upon us. And as we enter closer, we hear a wintry gush go through the giant elms as they shed a wintry tear. And, ladies and gentlemen, we are now in the home of Mr. John Jasper, choir master, composer, organist, vocal instructor, and who, ladies and gentlemen, better to essay the role tonight of Mr. John Jasper than our very own gifted vocalist, Mr. Clive Paget.
Autumn grinds my brain down rain. A man who go quite mad, and not you're that bad. Consider his superb, disturbing as you've ever had. To cast aloud in church, or token blood with those who smile your way. A man will have bad dreams, and not the odd he seems. There's not quite far removed from all the numerous streams. Sometimes the ignorant sanity is just the passing fad. A man go quite mad. Unblessed are the dull, one for ceaseless, ceaseless love. Some wondrous struck thunder light, right. A scorpion lacking arms, a sword lacking charms, a being frightening no one, but there's no one that he harms. Who punches but only death with respite from distant heaven. Knowing this is so, I hide myself in a vault where one cannot be caught, and feed on dreams that continents eat if I've been taught. And if the may I lose my way in line, you'll find me glad. Man, do what man!
Mr. Clive patches ladies and gentlemen. I trust that you're merely applause means that you're only concerning yourselves with the final curtain. But Mr. John Jasper eagerly awaits the arrival of his beloved nephew and title character of our story tonight, young Edwin Drood.
Hello, Uncle.
Why, there's the lad now.
My dear Uncle.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, your eyes do not deceive you. Many devotees of mad impersonation better recognize Miss Nutting in Top Hat and Tails when she does a remarkable rendition of "Aren't I Half a Toff?" But tonight, ladies and gentlemen, she shall hide a distinctive form behind the garb of young Edwin Drood. So, if you will, a warm round of applause for our guest artiste tonight and leading male impersonator, Miss Alice Nutting.
Anything, Uncle?
You forget, Edwin, that the term uncle and nephew are prohibited here by express agreement.
Of course, you're right, John. After all, we do only have half a dozen years or so between our ages. Hello, Jack! Don't drink yet. I must propose a toast.
A toast to what, Ned?
He asks, to what? To Rosa!
Rosa?
To the fair Miss Rosa Bud. Surely you've not forgotten, Jack, that Rosa and I are soon to be wed?
It has not quite slipped my mind.
Yes, a tedious ceremony in your freaking cathedral, John. Then it's off with my wonderfully pretty child bride to dusty Egypt, where I intend to shake things up a bit.
It is certain, then. Egypt seems a desperate great distance.
Indeed it is, John. This portrait of Rosa is not all my better efforts, Jack. Yet you choose to hang it here. In heaven's name, why?
Because it reminds me of you, Edwin, and of the happiness I wish you and Rosa.
Oh, I'm sure we'll be quite happy, though our courtship suffers from an unavoidable flatness, owing to the fact that my dead-grandfather and her dead-grandfather had got us married us at birth. Why the devil couldn't they have just left us alone?
Tut, tut, dear boy.
Tut, tut. Yes, well, it's all very well for you, Jack. You have the freedom to love whomsoever you choose. Have I hurt your feelings, John?
How can you hurt my feelings?
Good heavens, Jack. You look frightfully ill. There's a strange film come over your eyes.
I've been suffering from a pain and agony that overcomes me. I've been forced of lately to seek treatment in London. Fear not, the effects will soon be gone.
My dear uncle.
Then someone has a warning. And Edwin, Ned, this stays confidence between us.
It shall be sacredly preserved, John.
I have confidence in you because...
Because we are fast friends, and because you love and trust me Both hands, Jack. My dearest Uncle Jack.
My dearest nephew, a life without your friendship would be life as good as dead. Winds of hell may blow, but as you and me know, I'll heed the call of need more than face the fire below. For you, to kinsmen more than brothers, we know no best of kin, and yet we know no other close beneath the skin. The blood that flows between us, the bonds that tie us way, to kinsmen where our hearts clear that we remain. My dearest nephew,
my dearest Uncle Jack, if men say words against you, I would make them take them back. A loyal am I, would be but glad to die, if by my death one extra breath of life for you might buy. 'Tis true, for you,
to kinsmen more than brothers, we know no next of kin, and yet we know no others close beneath the skin. The blood that flows between us, the bonds that tie us twain,
true kinsmen where our honors bleed and we remain.
'tis true,
For you, true kinsmen are we true.
Miss Thompson and Mr. Campbell has offering. Two voices at these prices almost seems like an embarrassment of your riches. But, looking out here tonight, it looks like you wouldn't be embarrassed by much.
well,
Yonder Edwin Drood is visiting Cloistrom to offer his regards to his soon young bride to be the fair Miss Rosa, who, like Drood, is an orphan, and she resides at Cloistrom's leading seminary, aptly, but if not correctly named, the Nuns' House. And who, ladies and gentlemen, best to essay the role tonight of Rosa Bud than that of English roses, that blossoming bud that is yet to be plucked? I give you Miss Deirdre Peregrine.
Rosa, the happiest of birthdays to you. I wish I could say this on each of your birthdays.
I fear that is not likely since, as you know, your own nephew Edwin and I will be departing for Egypt once we are married.
It was only a wish, Rosa. I've been awaiting your birthday with most eagerness.
Eagerness, Mr. Jasper?
Yes, your voice will no longer be subject to the fluctuations of adolescence. And pray tell, how is your voice today, my dear student?
As my tutor, perhaps that question should best be answered by you. Shall I sing the Mozart?
No! I have composed a song for your birth on the specialty of your birthday. A choir master's pay being what it is, my life's blood is the most I can afford to offer.
Mr. Jasper, I cannot sing these words. It would not be proper.
Why? Whatever could be wrong?
I'm not worthy of it.
As your choir master, that shall be my decision. From the beginning, please.
Between the very dead of night and day, upon a steely sheet of light, I lay and in the moonfall I'll give Betwixt our hearts let nothing intervene. Between our eyes the only sight I have seen is lustrous moonfall as it blinds my view. So that soon I only see but
That was lovely, Rosa.
Thank you, sir.
But lovely will not do. When you sing these words, you must make me feel as if you mean them. Once again, please.
between the very dead of night and day, her highness dearly I can't bear this! I'm frightened! Take me away!
It's nothing. It's all over. Don't speak to her for a minute. She'll be well.
She's not used to an audience. Besides, Mr. Jasper, you are such a conscientious master. I believe you must make her afraid of you. No wonder.
No wonder.
You'd be afraid of him under similar circumstances, wouldn't you, Helena?
Not under any circumstances.
Our very own fiery spirit, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Janet Conover.
Good evening, Reverend Miss Barkle.
Good evening, Mr. Jasper, and may I introduce young Neville Landless and his twin sister Helena. They have both arrived from Ceylon, where they no longer have any family. Neville has been entrusted to my care, and Helena will be living here at the nun's house.
Welcome to Cloisterham, Mr. Landis.
Neville has been entrusted to me to calm his rather hot-tempered nature, and for him to make a new beginning for himself here in Cloisterham.
Did you and your sister lose your parents recently, Mr. Landis?
Their mother died when they were quite young. Now their stepfather has passed over as well.
I'm most sorry.
There's no need for you, right gentlemen to console me. As it happens, it is well my stepfather died when he did, or I might have killed him.
The youngest member of our company, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Victor Grinstead.
I surprise you, sir.
You shocked me, unspeakably shocked me.
You never saw him beat my sister. My stepfather was a brute, Mr. Jasper. In desperation, Helena tried on more than one occasion to flee our stepfather's cruel and miserly hand, even disguising herself as a boy, but to no avail. As for myself, I have had from my earliest remembrances to subdue a deadly and bitter hatred, which has made me secret and revengeful.
I'll say.
But your kindness and goodwill have deeply moved me, and I pledge to change my ill-tempered ways and break new ground for myself.
There's the lad. He'll soon blend in, Mr. Jasper.
Your pupil, Mr. Jasper. She sings beautifully.
I presume, Mr. Landis.
Your efforts have not been without success.
Thank you.
And, may I inquire that your relationship extends beyond that pupil and master?
Oh, heavens no, Neville. Miss Budd is betrothed to Edwin Drood, Mr. Jasper's nephew.
You do well to cast your eyes and interests in other directions, sir.
I beg your pardon, Mr. Jasper.
No pardon necessary. However, I must be off. Choir practice, I fear. Enjoy your life in the new world, Mr. Landis.
Thank you, Mr. Jasper. Thank you indeed. I trust we shall meet again. And I should like to meet this Drood and see what sort of a man is worthy of the affection of Miss Budd.
Steady, lad. steady.
You are feeling better now, aren't you? Much, thank you. These surroundings, which may seem very secure to you, are new and unsettling to me. You will be my friend, won't you? Of course. I come to you as such a mite of a thing can be to such a womanly and handsome creature as you.
Who is Mr. Jasper?
My Edwin's uncle and my music master.
You know that he loves you.
Oh, don't! He has made a slave out of me with his looks. Forced me to keep silent without uttering a single threat.
What is it you fear, pretty one?
For one square dinner in the wages.
of sin. Sell my soul, poor love, come off it. Who would buy this sack of skin? On the whole, there ain't much romance in the pages of sin. Instead of me, one piece of raspberry tart. Oh! Oh, well. I do beg your pardon, miss. That's not all the time with it, right? Well, I do assure you, I've had him on numerous occasions. And, whatever he's gone steal for you, praise God, it'll be over in an instant. Well, oh, what is for you, love? By the note, I had him when he was 14, God love him. You haven't had better since, have you? He hasn't had any since. I've seen girls from gutter families trap rich men in fluttery ways, and they cool all past the jammies over nuptial breakfast trays. Over there in bed 11 sleeps a bleeding hypocrite, spends his days eyes cast to heaven, spends most nights amongst that shit. Oh, ha ha ha! I got about my audience tonight. Yes. I do beg your pardon, ladies and gentlemen. Oh goodness, that didn't mean to happen. I assure you that will never, ever, ever, ever happen again. Now, where was I? Oh yes, shit. That's why I say, don't take half the measures, do things right, and dig right in. In this world, there's greater treasures than the wages of sin. I get threats, but seldom always. If I did, I'd back it in. You can't fail that many commas with the wages of sin. Now, would you all be a helping hand and help your love out with that last line? All right. With the wages of sin. Oh, bloody hell! You could all do better than that. Get off your bums and give us the notes then, eh?
The meanest room in London, and as the light of day steals into the room, many pensioners would be astonished to find that in bed 11 lay the goodly choir master, Mr. John Jasper.
Woman, I need London wine quickly. My cask is only half finished and your medicine is as potent as usual.
Madam, so mixing opium with wine these days. I'll fix it for you now.
Yes, before I can get to the changing colours and the shifting scenery, I must get rid of him. No, him!
God spare you, there's no one there.
He's there.
Sweetheart, I don't see it.
There he is! And there I am!
Yes, of course. Now, you be still and have yourself a pleasant journey.
Rosa.
My God, I haven't heard that name in 12 years. Did you just say Rosa Bud?
I can't quite seem to recall what I just said. Can you please direct me to the nearest railway station? I appear to have gotten lost.
5 and threepence, you says me.
Well, a large sum for such a small courtesy. However, if you are that needy, and the railway station.
The nearest is Aldgate. 10 minutes of a walk away from the river.
Thank you. Incredible.
Who are you then? And what are you?
I wonder how many of you noticed that meaningful statement. It almost seemed like a clue to me, don't you think? Let's have it in once more, dear.
Really?
Yes, once more. Let's go.
Let's go. Who are you then? And what are you?
What indeed? It is now the following day. And as we return to this sordid surroundings in Cloister, we meet its leading citizen, Mayor Thomas Saxey.
Good afternoon, Mayor Saxey.
Really? With a sack of what? But this is unacceptable! But once again, you'll see you get saddled with the responsibility. Ladies and gentlemen, a brief announcement. The part of Mayor Thomas Saxey, I repeat, will not be played by Mr. James Hitchens. For, as many of you already know, Mr. Hitchens likes to occupy the bar in the rear more than the footlights up here. So currently, he is massively indisposed due to his injuries fighting for a lady's honor. I guess the lady intended on keeping them. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the role of Mayor Thomas Saxey will be played by no other than your own humble chairman himself, Mr. William Cartwright, and I hope that comes subject to your approval. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and I would like to add, it's more your luck than mine.
Good afternoon, Mayor Saxey.
Good afternoon, Reverend Chris Sparkle and onward.
These are my new charges from Ceylon. I'm taking them to meet. Here he is now. Helena, Neville, allow me to introduce young Edwin Drood.
Sir,
Sir, I congratulate you on your good fortune, Mr. Drood.
good fortune, sir?
Your betrothal, sir.
Oh, yes, Rosa.
Edwin is soon to depart himself for your segment of the globe, Neville.
Ceylon, Mr. Drood.
No, but very much the same, Egypt.
Oh. To make your future, sir?
No, to ensure that Egypt has one. I shall shortly be taking over my family's engineering concern there, and I plan to pull off a miracle.
Pray, what miracle?
The Cairo Transverse, Mr. Landless, a thoroughfare for commerce and coach travel across the desert to Alexandria.
A monumental task, Mr. Drood.
Yes.
One wonders where one will obtain, for example, the bathing steps?
From the pyramids!
No!
Yes, my studies show there is enough rock in the top half of the Great Pyramid alone.
This is English blasphemy. Is it not enough that you take our delicate brew of tea leaves and likewise improve it by pouring cow milk?
Please, let's not raise our voices here in Cloister High Street.
I meant no offense, sir.
And I did not mean my voice to arouse such emotion, or to ruffle your splendid feathers, Miss Bud.
I'm sure Mr. Landless only feels passionately about his part of the world, Edward. As long as he keeps his passions in check.
I fear I have not yet adapted myself to your restrained climate. You might forgive me yourselves if you knew the warm and uncivilized allure of our homeland.
Go, behind.
My reputation precedes me here, a situation I needs must fear. What hope have I of blending in with this my shade of skin? I thought I cleaned my slate at last, but they anticipate my past. Shall show them full effect. What do I owe them? What they expect? A British subject on display. From Ceylon today. Our immigration to this location has brought a station down in all. This destination, divine creation, in rank and file and English are they, and British am I.
British are they, and English am I. There are two subjects we don't discuss.
One is our mama, the other's us.
And yet I fear you soon will be the subject of scrutiny.
A British subject nonetheless.
From where are you trying to get?
To town of Burma, what's all of us? All terra firma belongs to us.
A British subject bred and born, and something not to scorn.
Your migration to this destination has just been done.
And British am I, and our immigration to this location has brought us this down in this creation, and rank and file and English are they, and British am I. This is the way we'll stay. Till we die, till we die.
There's a distinctive rivalry between my dear boy and that Landis fellow, and I fear his hot-blooded Eastern temperament.
Oh, come, Mr. Jasper, this is quite extraordinary.
I will go mad! Can you not realize there are more than one side, one face to all things in nature? Underneath his tainted English accent and adopted English mannerisms, there is a tribesman's Landis, a heathen Landis, a hot-blooded, half-bred, half-caste who would kill as easily as he combs his sleek hair.
Mr. Jasper, I think you over-exaggerate this matter.
On the contrary, nothing could be more the ordinary. I myself suffer from this sort of duality on occasion. I tend to forget things, and in doing that to retrieve them, half expect to find myself round the corner I've already turned.
And what about me? Have you played this sassy bloke and be your chairman at the same time? It's dark confusing!
Yes, just like a little fellow never landed, I find that. I conduct myself in cage wrong, I do my right feel more than room enough for you inside my mind.
I am likewise in a haze from who I am from scene to scene. I mean, we thought I would the two are in a bind.
Or is it I or is it he?
And if I'm him and if I be each one of us, we have to agree on what to do.
And if I take the proceedings out, myself and you divide out what is right and wrong, I'll go along with you. Hey, many, consideration, my life was all that would you know, I think it's going to take more than 5% was like the point. But there are a feelings and feelings that is not a thing to pull on a subject and putting up into the full discussion and 5% was like the point.
But nature seldom ever seems to prove obligatory side and closing side to one's dismay.
This side of it, this side more.
If there's a romance, it's best of all.
You're gonna get this to his ball.
And yes, we smile, but lots of vision is perverse. But what we if things are better, they'll be worse in just a while.
Hey, many company, chocolate, shilling, tax on the floor, and put it back to the currency board, and then they take the one side of the board. Well, they're from series, and then they put it back to the board, and it's in a finance and face of the then, sir. But I must be off. I must change. Good day, sir.
Bye-bye. Ladies and gentlemen, we now formally step with a relic only known to the locals as Durdles. Its capacity for the knowledge of Portsmouth's graveyard is only exceeded by his capacity for wine and spirits. He is winning his way towards an important assignation with Mayor Thomas Sampson.
What's that you say, Bill?
I said he's wheeling his way towards an important assignation with Mayor Thomas Sampson, who lives just around behind.
What's that you say, Bill?
I said around behind.
And so have you.
I didn't come here to be insulted.
Why? Where do you usually go?
You're next to an idiot.
Pleased to meet you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the clown prince of the music hall royale. Your friend, not mine. I give you in please. I don't want him back. Mr. Nick Cricker.
Assisted, dear friends, by my own lad, young Nick Cricker II.
Yes, let's give a warm round of applause for Nick Cricker and Son.
Afternoon, Mayor Sapsy. Your lordship, sir.
Good afternoon, Rosa.
I'm begging your pardon, sir. The cough. It's a bit of rheumatism.
No, I think you mean rheumatism.
No, I've been working on your dead wife's grave.
Let's refer to the late Mrs. Thomas Sapsy as just that. The late Mrs. Thomas Sapsy, for that is how I like to think of her and remember her.
She was 1 in a million.
No! She was 1 in a raffle. How's my wife's grave coming along?
Oh, it's all ready for my inscribing. She'll be much happier when we move her from her temporary home. Although it's not been at all damp, and the moles won't have been able to get at her for ages. So there's nothing we can do about the worms. They've already made a meal of Miss Sapsy, no matter.
That's enough, Durdles. And, who's this thing? This boy that you brought with you?
My protege, Squire, name of deputy.
I picked the lock on your wife's script myself, your lordship.
That's right, and I've got the key right here. And it'll be my pleasure to slide your old woman right in there tomorrow morning. There's enough room in there for the whole royal family to have afternoon tea.
That's quite enough.
That crypt is a national treasure, if I may make so bold, your grace. Just a while ago, Mr. Jasper asked if I would take him down into the crypts to see.
You might want to add that to your list of suspicious statements.
Steady on, Bill. We don't want these people leaping to conclusions without all the facts at hand. Otherwise, they'll all be running off to the races!
No. Let's not ruin this dramatic moment that we've been building with this song that's scheduled for later on in the program. Go.
Off
anyone there? Mr. Jasper?
Have you been watching me, you cunning devil? I have to blood you! That'll serve you.
You murdered him!
What? What are you on about?
Murderer! Murderer!
Stop talking as lunacy, Durdles, and help me revive the dear boy. I only hope that...
There, you bastard! I'll stun your eyes out next time, so help me.
Why, you young wretch?
Why do you insult me this way, Durdles?
You're right for the assignment, Mr. Jasper.
Peculiar lad.
Blame it on his infectious youth, sir. But, oh, that was excellent wine you gave me earlier. Much more potent than I'm accustomed to. But did you get a look in Mrs. Sapsey's tomb while I was asleep?
No, I appear to have gotten lost.
I was lost in a fitful dream myself, Mr. Jasper. I dreamt somebody took something from me. Oh, and here it is. Mayor Sapsey wouldn't like me leaving the mausoleum keys lying about in front of his wife's crypt. He gave me strict instructions that the keys were, well, and now the key to Mrs. Sapsey's tomb is missing. What do you think, Mr. Jasper?
I think that I have guessed you any moment, and the four hopes divine that offer all the joys and luxuries of the season. Merry Christmas to you, Durdles.
And God rest ye merry, Mr. Jasper.
Yes, we've spent many a bright and chanting afternoon here among these silent tombs, eh? My own betrothed. No, Rosa, we are not legally bound to marriage. Then let us change to brother and sister from this day forth. Never to be husband and wife? Never. I am honor bound to confess that this thought does not originate with you alone, Rosa. I know that you have not been truly happy with our engagement. Nor have I. I'm sorry, Rosa. And I for you. Oh, if only our marriage had not been assured since birth, perhaps then we would know how we truly feel towards each other. If we were perfect strangers, how perfect life would be. I'd know if I adore you, you'd know if you love me. Too much we've seen together to judge the view. Too much we've been together, and I presume the future, and I presumed that you were there. I wondered if we were perfect strangers, I'd find my way with ease. I'd see the path before me, the forest from the trees. Could life be real without you? You're always there. How do I feel about you? I care too near to touch you, my dearest Ned. How much you mean? How we lovers, how we know what you mean. How we feel it, how we brother, sister. I'm Henry. You take this clasp, given to me by my mother, as a vow of my eternal friendship. God our change of plans from Mr. Jasper for a little while, Lady. Of course, you're right. Why give such sad news on Christmas Eve? But we must be off. They're expecting us, and I fear a storm's brewing.
God must be angry, Neville. We used the singular here in England.
What a storm for Christmas Eve!
Yes, it was quite like this the night that Rosa's mother died.
Neville tells me you were once engaged to Rosa's mother.
Yes, but I fear I was a bit too Anglican, a bit too angular for her taste. And then, at the seaside party, celebrating her second anniversary, just a few months after Rosa was born, she apparently slipped, walking unobserved along the cliff, and drowned in the embrace of the ungrateful waves. Let me not. Let us follow Mr. Jasper's lead and forget our grievances with life and with each other over a steady Christmas dinner.
I hope you can all enjoy the meager merits of my humble table.
Hello, all. Sorry we're late. We fought the storm all.
Miss Bud, it's wondrous to see you again. Let me take your things.
I had no idea you had hired domestic staff, Uncle. Edwin, Mr. Landis will take you seriously.
No fear that.
Now that, Rosa, you have no idea what it means to have your mind changed.
Miss Bud, how is it in a time of holly you remind me of a flowering hibiscus?
And how is it that you remind me of an inconsistent baker, Neville? For while your metaphor seemed quite stale, your manners are uncommonly fresh.
You go too far, sir.
Gentlemen, this is Christmas Eve, and I will tolerate no further unchristian-like behavior. Now, this malt wine is very good stuff indeed. I have obtained the recipe on a recent trip to London.
Well, any port in a storm for me, Uncle?
Yes, any port in a storm. Very good, Edwin. None for me, thanks.
Let us all drink deep.
This wine is more potent than usual, Jack.
I was hoping you would like it. Now, let there be no more ill will between you two.
There is no longer any cause for rivalry between us, Neville. You have my friendship, if you wish it.
Then a Merry Christmas to you, Edwin.
The goose is cooked!
Miss Bud, I suppose your next Christmas dinner will be in Egypt.
My God, Landis! Perhaps you should accompany us to Cairo. Rose and I could use someone to carry our bags.
What?
Someone more acquainted with foreign tongues than he is with minding his own.
Gentlemen, ladies, please be seated.
Sir, I don't much like your tone. That super serious name you wear. Clearly better find a cut than mine. But the waistcoat, one can simply torn. A we like you should bleed your blood so blue.
Something in the speech seems ominous to me.
Praise to him divine, for this we should be glad.
Won't you try some wine?
No good can come from that.
dearest, deepest Ned, I wish to wish you well. The world is all before you, just like oysters on the surface.
Landless as you are, and know your blood is hot, but less than your pheasant. And we, your history would indicate the passing from a castle through your veins to prunus thus slain. Something sends a chill like fear, come like rain. Cash I could oil, completely never save.
At least what they say, bring calm upon the land.
Night must follow day.
No good can come from that.
My dearest, deepest friends, may I propose a toast to Rosa, Vern, and Edwin Drood.
Here's the roast.
How very blessed I'll be, when of so many stars. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done.
Which one of you will come?
The lance is cut like finger bone, the daggers drawn, I glare at you. There at you, you damn soon to stare at you. My mate, my wife, and share my life, and see you dead before sweet rose so wet. Fate waits near, I fear it, I fear it. We are friends and yet, we'll soon forget. We never regret every death.
Younger days I hungered for another, Rosa's mother. After Rosa's birth, she left us and dust is all unaware.
So long a time I've thought that I'm dressed in doll quite naive, but I perceive these boys, this noise more frightening than they might conceive. And I was going to with these new additions, let me reveal murderous admissions, otherwise concealed. By acting like household, warning you have had. Practice which you worse, no good can come from that. No good can come from that. I must roll down to the river where to see this bit of nature unchecked. Will you excuse me, uncle?
Of course. I will join you on your walk.
And we must retire to the nuns' house before the storm. Good night, everyone. My dear Edwin.
Rosa?
Careful how you tread, Neville.
I shall see the lady safely home.
Will you join me, uncle?
No, I have plans I must execute, but you shall not go out in that flimsy coat of yours. Take my own humble but serviceable caped coat.
Come, Edwin. Your destiny calls.
Well, goodbye, uncle. Goodbye, all.
When will these three meet again? When, if ever? It is now the next day. Christmas Day, to be sure. This storm is over, but in its wake, there's still to be no found trace of young Edwin Drood.
Oh, Mr. Crisparkle, I fear that something terrible has happened to Edwin.
Let us wait until my assistant Bazzard reports. I'm sure you've heard the sentiment voiced that no news is most certainly good news. Ah, and here he is now. Bazzard, what news?
No news.
There, you see. I don't believe you've met my assistant Bazzard. His chief occupation is in guiding excursion parties around our church. Quite a showman is our Bazzard, though tragically misplaced.
Misplaced?
Yes, Bazzard carries with him a secret. Now, Rosa, what do you think Bazzard has done?
Nothing dreadful, I hope.
He's written a play, a tragedy.
The thorn of anxiety.
Will it be performed, Mr. Bazzard?
Never.
I sometimes believe Mr. Bazzard has more pride in its lack of support, rather like a citizen of Greece who prefers the Parthenon in ruin. I do hope to see Mr. Bazzard's work performed someday.
I too, Mr. Bazzard.
I love the theatrical world, but there are many stages beyond the proscenium. I long to play a larger part.
Then, Bazzard, why don't you use your enviable creativity to find some counting for young men?
That assignment I eagerly accept.
Oh, my dear, hopeless Edwin.
Oh, like her mother she looks. The Lord seemed fit to smile on me. Her mother not married another. Oh, went to death 2 years later at that pleasure party by the sea. I might have been Rosa's.
I need your prayers.
Right, my child. The cathedral bell summons us.
And is it not significant to Mayor Sapsy that Neville Landis was seen fleeing the district?
You convinced me, Mr. Jasper. There could be a secret murderer hidden in Bristol's own section bosom. And all signs do point to the young Neville Landis.
What a unique and original idea, sir.
I shall send a few of my good strong men to go and get Neville Landis using whatever force is necessary.
You do that, sir.
We'll find Neville Landis hard enough now.
And when we find him, we'll execute that murderous swine.
Right. What's any left? We'll have the hanging for Christmas.
Fetch the dogs.
Oh, Mr. Jasper! Mr. Jasper, look what I've discovered!
Why, it's my coat, the one I gave to Edwin last night. It's full of weird hairs. Oh God, there's his blood on it. Where did you find this?
Under a rock by the River Weir.
My dear boy is murdered. I take this vow before you, Bazzard, that I shall batter the mind's murder upon his murderer. Yes, I'll take my dear boy.
I shall remember your words, Mr. John Jasper!
And I believe that's it for you this evening, Philip, isn't it?
I believe you're right, Bill.
Ah, well, it hardly seems you were coming from Oxford each night. You seem to specialize in the narrow parts of late.
Not by choice, Mr. Cartwright.
Let's see, in Julius Caesar you play the part of...
A senator.
Ah, so you are in for the kill! And you do understudy Mr. Clive Patton's John Jasper. Surely one of these days...
In actuality, Mr. Paget claims never to have missed a performance in his entire career.
This act is almost over, and the next one is considerably shorter than this one. Would you, Mr. Philip, have a song written by chance?
Well, as a matter of happenstance, Mr. Cartwright, I do have, in honor of my role this evening, aspirations as an author, and have composed a brief song which ventures to say underscores this dilemma of the character Bazzard portray. I hesitate to...
Come, Mr. Bax, it's titled.
What? Never the luck.
Ladies and gentlemen, a brief derailment from our bill of fare tonight. Mr. Philip Bax singing his maybe rightfully unheard and unpublished song, Never the Luck.
Never the luck, and never the lead, and never you mind, they say. In time we all taste the lime in the light, and I'll have my mind someday. Still, each precious part seems over and done before I begun to speak. I cast out my line and keep my neck in, but I'll not stand in this week. Some starless night they'll call towards the wings. Who here dances and sees that when yours truly springs, and seeing me then they will cry, why? He knows each line and everyone's cue. We must let him do the part. How it's center stage, the music will play. I'll walk my way into your heart. Ever I plan, and ever I plot, with ever the plot to try. I wait for my star, I think to be struck, but never the luck have I.
fellows, enough now.
There's your murderer, sir.
Reverend Crisparkle, what have I done?
Nothing, ma'am. I'm sure there is some...
Madness! Where is Drood?
Why do you ask me that way?
Because you, the last person, sealed him, and he is nowhere to be found.
There's Saxon. Do you wish to question him?
What time did you and Drood leave for the river that evening?
In all honesty, I can't recall of anything what transpired once Edwin and I reached the river.
Then how did you get these bloodstains on your shirt front and your shoes?
I acquired these bloodstains, sir, when these men of yours forcibly drug me back from the countryside where I had been walking.
Neville Landless, acting constable for the district, I place you under arrest.
Neville! How many of them did it take to mar you in this way?
8?
You have an interesting way with the law employed them there, Saxy. You, Mr. Jasper, for days now you've been wanting all poison of impending bout between your nephew and my brother. What do you know of all this?
Only that my nephew is dead.
Mayor Sapsy, I warrant that young Neville has no knowledge of what has transpired past that which he has freely volunteered.
You shall volunteer nothing further, Neville.
I would like to remind you and your brother that there is the chance of murder at hand.
Before you utter that word again, you laughable man, perhaps you'll be good enough to supply a body, a victim, a corpse, something more tangible than an errant nephew, a timorous uncle, and a ludicrous city official who has been backing for his charge beyond pure common sheer circumstance.
Yeah.
Well said, Helena.
You know, she's right, Mayor Sapsy. You cannot possibly arrest Neville without the body.
Very well, release.
Oh, bless you, Mr. Crisparkle.
I am overpaid.
I only wish I could express my gratitude without the strange, somewhat geographically untraceable accent.
Let's pause for a moment, shall we, folks? Let's see. There's certainly no trace of Edwin Drood, and he very well may be Clive?
Dead. George Jasper sworn vengeance on his nephew's murderer,
Whom most of this populace think to be Neville Landless.
But the charges against Neville have been rescinded thanks to Helena Landless's steely resolve and the support of the kindly
Reverend Crisparkle, who was once engaged to
Rosa's deceased mother. Meanwhile, it's difficult to assume what one might make of
The drunken stone-facing Durdles, not to mention
the mysterious purveyor of opium, the Princess Papa.
All statements to consider during this next interlude. You know, ladies and gentlemen, without all the facts at hand, you may very well find yourselves off to the races!
Yes, let's have a chorus of off to the races.
A spontaneous request. For what evening here at the Music Hall Royale is complete without our trademark anthem, off to the races? Quick conclusions often lead the best of us astray. The white is not the night is just to wait. The right of now the big emotions will be like horses at
Off to the races, off to the races, off to the race we go. And what the pace is, and what the chase is, we seldom seem to know. And the children try to pass the battle for the field, and then the riders off to save the race. Save the race! But the anchor to the ground is suddenly the view of heaven they will race. Off to the races, off to the races, until faces fall. To the races, and leave for all that.
Don't fall back on your assumptions, hasty presumptions, like you did. Mind the track like an ad running line, come riding behind, you'll find you'll win.
There's our Queen Victoria. She's had 9 kids to date. You wonder how Prince Albert got him through. Probably by her decree he had to procreate, since she made him immune.
Off to the races, off to the races, the same as poor folks do.
15-minute intermission.
of Edwin Drood.
depart, and wherefore art his destination. It's a private investigation. He's vanished into hell, vanished where in all creation. On a trail of a small tale, I drew a bead upon the clue I need. Navigate as beyond first mate, incognito. Into the fog we go. I'm not a man of any means, of sergeant stand behind the scenes. This is a private investigation. When did Drood depart, and wherever on his destination? It's a private investigation. I'll turn his private love to a public situation. It's a private, it's a private. When did Drood depart, and wherefore on his destination? It's a private investigation. Drood abscond, it's not beyond my estimation. I'll peer and pry and scrutinize. I'm steering by, pursuing lies. I clearly spy with my sly private eyes.
Oh, there you are, Reverend Chris Sparkle. All things bright and beautiful this evening, don't you think?
Yes, as if the stars were mere punctures in the earth's ceiling, through which heaven's light could be seen, or something along those lines. I only wish my assistant Bazzard, who was away on business, could see such a night as this.
Hold on there, boy. Here's a face we've not seen before. Welcome to Fair Cloister. I am the pinky greeter to anyone who might have a bottle of wine on them. My name is Durdles.
My name is Datchery, Dick Datchery, and I was wondering if lodgings could be found in these parts?
Oh, no doubt, Mr. Datchery.
Something architectural, out of the way, inconvenient?
Oh, we have any number of inconvenient lodgings here in Cloister, sir.
Close to the cathedral as well?
Excuse me, I couldn't help overhearing that you were in search of some lodging. The only lodging I know with all those specifications is a singular room, just above John Jasper. You know, he's a great
Is that the fellow who's been much afflicted by the loss of his nephew, Edwin Drood?
Wait on, boy! Is this John Jasper? Is he always dressed in mourning these days?
That's the man, and you won't catch me going near him again.
Why's that, boy?
Because I'm going to lift it off my legs and help again.
I find this most interesting. I shall enjoy watching the comings and goings of this town.
That man needs to speak to his tailor.
Yes, indeed. Excuse me, miss, would you happen to know John Jasper?
Oh, are you ill?
No, miss. I always look this way.
Rosa, you've both been neglecting your studies. When shall we next resume?
Never, sir.
Am I being politely told that you've abandoned your studies altogether?
The politeness is yours, not mine. I beg not to be questioned. I will not answer anymore. I at least have that in my power.
Rosa,
I do not wish to hear you, sir.
I do not forget how many eyes come on view us, but you shall hear me, even against your wishes. Dearest Rosa, charming Rosa, even when my dear boy was engaged to you, I loved you madly. I kept my our secret well, did I not?
You were false to him, daily and hourly as you are now. You know you made me afraid to open his kind eyes to the truth, that you are a bad, bad man.
How beautiful you are, more beautiful and angel than the rose. I do not ask for your love. Give me yourself. your pretty rage, your enchanting scorn, it will be enough for me. I warn you, rare witch, sweet tempter, you must still do more harm than can be undone.
You're mad.
I plan to show you how mad my love is.
Love! You dare utter that word!
Love is but a word that wanders here from pastures green, where it was rarely said and seen in sudden song. Innocent enough, it was intended to be used on rare occasions, not to be used by every tongue. Never has a word been ever taken so in vain, with real meaning great remain as quickly blessed. Never has there been so pointing salts in such a tone, your signs and syllables confirm how dream this word. You call it love, I call it rude, I call it lost, I call it rude, I call it cruel, I cannot bear to call it love.
I think it foul. I think it vile.
No more I'll take of cunning guile.
You want the man! You get to see!
I speak them in the name of love.
Rosa about the dainty little face, whose every curl confirms that she's a child, a girl in the applied. Rosa is the only soul in cloistrum, it seems, who senses just the sort of dreams you dream at night. Did you think your stay would stop by seeing every fiber of my being told me since I was betrothed? That your most unnatural attention conjures words I dare not mention. You must know how much I loathe to know your wants, to see you plot, to hear your voice, to feel your touch.
It is so much for me to ask. I will speak the name of love.
I will not fear. My tragic pride, I have a choice. I'll take the flight. I will not commit you to desecrate the name of love. The name of love. The name of love. The name of love. The name of love.
How sad I say
you are free then. 20 pence instead of 10. Doubled up my bed again. In life we start the same as when we're done. If you lose, you're just where you've begun. If you've won, don't quit while you're ahead. Just press your blessed luck instead and try to think what move might be the best. Use the heart that beats within your breast. Never rest. Don't quit while you're ahead. Stay out, there's more in store for me.
I see my dream ship finally coming in like a steamship, anchored into wind.
Lift your chin. Remember what I said. Don't quit while you're ahead. Let go.
You know there must be love that's meant to be, only just 3 weeks away from me, hopefully. Don't quit while you're ahead. Don't worry how you tread. Who cares?
There's a chance. One pipe dream that is mine, a romance quite ripe upon the vine.
Don't resign.
No victor ever fled.
Don't quit while you're ahead. To stay. Tare, tara, boom!
Bang and crash it, hooray, hurrah! Boom! Bang and crash it, hoo-la-dee-da! Don't quit while you're ahead. Don't say I'm off to bed. Farewell.
Well, I know. Don't let the road do to waste. Not with victory close enough to taste. Heed the call of all who gaze.
For God's own sake. So raise a stake. You struck the lucky vein, never break through any lucky chain or refrain. Don't quit while you're ahead. As easy done as said. You'll see. Tare, tara, boom! Bang and crash it, hooray, hurrah! Boom! Bang and crash it, hoo-la-dee-da! Don't quit while you're ahead. See out, there's more in store for me. There's much more for me. There's much more for me. Now, at last, we see the slightest gleam of light, quite shimmering in the dim dawn of night. So long have we been blind, but finally we unwind the plot. The truth is this: we find that what we need. What do we need? I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, excuse me. It was at this time that Charles Dickens laid down his pen forever. So this is all we will ever know for sure about the mystery of Edwin Drood. But right now, together, we shall solve, resolve, and conclude the mystery
Of Edwin Drood.
Very long now. One more mystery that we can go ahead and take care of, though it has very little to do with our plot, is that of who Dick Datchery is. You see, many literary experts agree that Dick Datchery is somebody whom we've already met from Act 1, disguising themselves to better investigate the disappearance of Edwin Drood. And, ladies and gentlemen, if you've no doubt been aware that so far that part has been played by Miss Alice Nutting. But this does not mean that Edwin Drood is Dick Datchery. Oh no, far from it. You see, Miss Nutting was contracted to appear in 2 acts of our play, and, well, here are the
Ladies, gentlemen, as your whim takes you this evening, all those who believe Edwin Drood to be dead, raise your hands if you please. Thank you. And all those who believe Edwin Drood to be alive, do the same. Thank you.
I'm sorry, Miss Nothing, but you snuffed it. By a massive majority, I fear. Mr. Throttle, our next key question.
Who is the detective Dick Datchery?
Well, we can safely cross Edwin Drood off that list since our company voted him dead for the remainder of the evening.
Dead? And bloody ha! You absolute envious little shits! It's obvious to everyone here that that I am Datchery, and it's even more transparent that this petty, jealous cast bitterly represents the attention I've received in the local press. Goodbye!
Miss Nothing! Miss Nothing! No!
Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have no idea the week we've had with her. First, her dressing room was too small. Then her mustache was too long. I told her she was splitting hairs when... I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, a bit of unpleasantry it happened on a rather flawless evening. But I would like to point out that many literary experts disagree with Miss Nothing's opinion that Edwin Drood and Dick Datchery are one and the same person. But there are many other people who it could be. For example, Neville revealed about his sister Helena in Act 1.
In desperation, Helena tried on more than one occasion to flee our stepfather's cruel and miserly hand, even disguising himself as a boy.
A hint, a palpable hint, or could it have been a misdirected thrust? Why would Helen Landis have pursued Mr. John Jasper under these given circumstances?
Not under any circumstances.
But there are still many more who it could be. What say you, Bazzard?
I love the theatrical world, but there are many stages beyond the proscenium. I long to play a larger part.
Who more likely to don such a melodramatic garb and search for the spotlight? Why else does he appear in our story at all?
From my earliest remembrances, I've been secret and revengeful.
Who more likely to investigate the disappearance of Edwin Drood than he who is most suspected of murder? Or was someone else trying to clear Neville's name?
Neville has been entrusted to my care.
The Reverend Crisparkle, could he have put on another garb in hopes of trying to clear Neville's name? And then there is the puzzling choice of Rosa. Then Miss Rosa Barnes. Could she have put on this garb just to find out who killed her own dear beloved Ned? Looks can be deceiving.
I'll say.
But there are a few people who it cannot be. That including the Princess Puffer, Mr. John Jasper, Deputy Durdles, and myself, Mayor Thomas Sapsey, who, in our story tonight and in Mr. Dickens' novel, all appear alongside the Dick Datchery. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for you to decide who you would like to be the Dick Datchery for tonight. So they will stand in line now, and when the handkerchief is held above the head of the person who you want to be the Dick Datchery, pray applaud for them. But do keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, that we have much bigger decisions just ahead of us. In only a few moments, we will be deciding who our murderer is for tonight. So for God's sake, do not vote for whoever is a distant cousin of yours. Mr. Throttle, if you please.
The lovely Miss Rosabud. The underrated Mr. Bazzard. All the way from Ceylon, Mr. Neville Landless. The tempestuous Miss Helena Landless. The ecstatic ecclesiastic Reverend Crisparkle.
that one to Mr. Bazzard here. I do suggest that you make a quick costume change. And I see many people out in the audience more than ready to assist you in portraying, taking on that. Miss Darcy, what are you doing? Miss Darcy! Where? Right back at you! I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. This kind of appalling behavior is due entirely to upbringing. You see, her parents were in the iron and steel business. Mother irons, father steals. Oh, you didn't like that? Oh, okay. How about this one then? She was once known as the orthopedic soprano. She sang in all the joints. Well, I've got one last joke for you all tonight. She once sang in a pub called the Cock and Comfort. There was not a lot of comfort, but there was plenty of oh! So that's the mood in tonight. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we must don a more serious matter. Are you all right? I give you your first choice for murder tonight. The most obvious villain, Mr. John Jasper. Ladies and gentlemen, that was pathetic. And don't you know that here at the Music Hall Royale, we boo and hiss the villain? No, it is too late for that. We must do it over again. And listen, if we don't get it right this time, I'm going to make my company stand up here in a line and sing 83, yes, I do mean 83, choruses of The Church Bell Won't Ring Tonight Because the Vicar's Got the Clapper. We will ruin your evening. Let's try this again. I give you the most obvious part of the villain, Mr. John Jasper. Much better, much better. But I do ask you, ladies and gentlemen, is this the face of a killer? Could this be all there is to our story? That Mr. John Jasper, the most obvious part of the killer, killed his own beloved Edwin Drood just in hopes of winning the love of the fair Miss Rosa? Well, that's taken the wind out of your sails, hasn't it? Shoo-shoo. There are still many others who the murderer could be tonight.
Did I, in trying to save my brother, bring harm to Edwin Drood? Rosa Vern, why would someone as innocent and pure as myself kill my own true Ned?
Durdles, I'd rather have a bottle in front of me than give Drood a frontal lobotomy.
Neville Landless. In all honesty, I can't recall of anything what transpired once Edwin and I reached the river. But he was an odious little twit, and he deserved what he got.
The Reverend Crispar, have I in some way confused my path here on earth?
The Princess Papa. Who am I? What am I?
John Jasper. Thank you. I've been the cool limelight ever since the beginning of this play.
All statements to consider during this next interlude. And, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for you to decide who the murderer is. So we shall bring up the house lights so we can make this easier. Oh, good Lord! Is this really what I've been wicked with tonight? Oh! Why don't you all hold hands and contract the living? Oh! Now, ladies and gentlemen, there are members of our company now roaming amongst you to catch your vital votes.
Ladies and gentlemen, you hear these sections on over. We advise you to now, whenever I call the name of any of you, please raise your hand. I mean it. How many were Jasper? John no, it's Rosa either. You must be pretty serious, isn't it? Oh, right. What's your name again?
By your specifications, the complete ladies and gentlemen, let us finish our story time.
Bloody freezing again. Ooh. My. Here, Missy.
Yes, what is it?
You wouldn't happen to have 5 and 6 tuppence to help a Christian soul in distress, would you?
We're both Christian souls in distress, I feel, and I have less than 3 and 6 to get me to London.
Running away from something?
Yes. At long last, yes.
Rosa.
How on earth could you know my name?
No.
I've only known your name since the day that you were born. I only bathed you and fed you.
Oh, don't look at me, Rosa. I don't want you to see me this way. But could you remember your nan, Rosa? Some 12 years ago. Could you look at me now, my own sweet girl, and remember your nan instead?
Nan? Yes. I was 6 and then you weren't there anymore.
God love you, you do remember. You never knew your mother, did you? I was the closest thing you had to that.
Why did you leave me?
Oh, it's a sad story, Rosa. What a common life. I was once a man. Then I met a man, tall and tall, golden hairs, where my end began. Let him have his way with me, he knew his way so well. Led me down the garden path to marriage in head. What a couple said. Was a bed in Camden Town, then to me instead. Should I say, oh love, my friend, be nice then, be sweet. Smoothing down the garden path to earth. Make your bed roses and sleep. Cover deepened and pray you never wake. Soon a deadly puppies come, fairly crying on the seat of one mistake. On my bad day, earning Satan's pay, took to drink so as not to think of who God next to play. Gave my gentleman every cent, then he gave me farewell. Life's a maze of hedges that prickle you. As they tickle you, they'll tear you all about. Strolling through the mazes of amusing too, but confusing when you find there's no way out. Thus I looked silent. I couldn't draw the men. So I learned to drain air dirt, Barkeep with drugs, and then found myself a wicked shelf where opium myself. Here's a pipe for you, sir. Christ is my man to serve. Can't you see the garden? It's such a lovely garden! Take you there. giant of mine began to rave and crave some laudanum wine. And as he drank his cup of Satan's blood, he made the great mistake of crying, Rosa. Now it's one thing for them like me to mix and mingle with the likes of he. We are both made from God's lonely clay and mud. But how comes this man to cry out, Rosa? Well, I can't see too clear, but I followed him here, finding out who was who. I come back a time or two, that last night captured me was this Mr. Datchery. So I followed his tracks to the lodgings in the back, though I hate to confess, well, I watched this man undress. And I saw sudden boys him without his full disguise, and the job took theatrics and no fear of hazard. Dick Datchery is better.
I gladly reveal my joy in telling all I cannot conceal. Author am I, at least on this page. Joy falling now, I take center stage. My motive in taking this part was to hone even further my art. My theatrical bent in a costume that let me strive for what's dear to my heart. The chance for some public acclaim, just a shred of a second of fame. As a playwright, I plot to unravel was a problem much harder to tame. This is my greatest audition, 2 decent roles at one time. Finally, some recognition, staging the scene of a crime. Going out to the limerick, out to the limerick, out to the limerick, yeah. Theatrical kit. In this Datchery, I did my bit. So to clear Neville's name, I confessed to my shame, was a vanity too, I admit. I followed John Jasper high-low, to the dent he descends to below. And when public came here, it was immediately clear my suspicions were quite unopposed. So I crept in the lodging of Jasper, dressed in that wig, what a sight. There I found Rosebud's clasper, mother she gave through that night. Jasper took from there after hurling him dead to the rear of the bed, I suppose. Tell him that Datchery knows, and the proof is what thing that spring Jasper gave to be tried and entirely strong. And from this limerick, let him be hung.
I will not lie, I wish not to die. Twice dead am I. A man which split in twain, into a line through me. A soldier deal who can conceal the venom in his brain. And if you draw upon the pause in madness, opium smokes the blind. Why such great surprise? There are too many of me. I'm cunning righteously, who hides himself, resides himself, for I know eyes to see. But now I think he's at the brink of breaking through the door. I mean, he's out, I'm out, he's free, I'm free, I'm me once more. How many times I took the Drood upon my flight? The sight that burnt the bland presumption of his right. His right is air, his right to share, mine was his bed. It took no smoke for me to picture me dead. That night I filled myself a flask of laudanum, and then reduced mine with an ever-living song. That's when my gracious flight of fancy to take place. I watched my hand outstretched towards a pale white face. I saw my fingers clutching his neck so tightly, But God, the deed was much too easily done. As much as over once it had begun, such tragedy to find and not to awake to taste the thrill. Now I've confessed, now we both can rest.
that young Drood wore down by the riverware to throw suspicion on Neville Landis. You're a bad one, Mr. Jasper, when that evil one is inside of you, but you're not a murderer. You did not kill Edwin Drood.
Durdles, are you telling me that Mr. John Jasper did not kill his nephew?
Exactly, your lordship, sir. It was a wild night that Christmas Eve, as you'll remember, and I sought shelter near Mr. Jasper's door. That's when I saw one of you throttle Edwin Drood, and in a convenient flash of lightning, I saw who it was. That was quite a long speech, Bill. Do you think I could have a quick little report?
Durdles!
Right. So, suddenly, I see Mr. Jasper stagger out of his home under the influence of potent medicine. And suddenly, he collapses, and he gets up, and he picks up young Drood, and he carries him over to the cathedral and down into a crypt, depositing the body right in Mrs. Sapsey's tomb.
What?
Yes, I told you there was plenty of room in there.
Yes, Durdles, but you must tell us. Who did it?
Lord love me. It was Neville Landis.
I was the likeliest of suspects you could find, so qualified to put me out of sight and mind. Of course I killed our master Ned, but I forgo the chance to gain my bride, Rosa, with one blow. I came to this place with but one plan, that you view this face, an Englishman. But all you saw was my hot blood, then I saw Rosa blood. Edwin was said was her grand romance. With Edwin dead, I'd stand a chance. That cold December, my blood was warm. We strode together against the storm. The best of chums, we laughed and talked, hands up to rest, to walk. My blue turned black then, thunder did crack then. He turned his back then, I did launch. His neck I knotted, his throat carotid. He took the plunge, and English he stood, and English he fell. I sent him to his good English hell.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Neville Landis is your murderer for tonight. But don't you all think that we deserve a happy ending? Don't you think that two people from our cast should find that commodity that we all search for? Love, romance, and at this very hour, anything that is fathomable of it. So now, ladies and gentlemen, I have one final key question for you. Who shall our two lovers be tonight? Now, we'll start with the distaff side. And when I say the name of the person, pray do applaud for them. Let's go, ladies. Helena Landis. Rosa Budd. Princess Parker. I'm going to give that to the Princess Parker. And now our bachelor sign. It'll work the same way, ladies and gentlemen. Reverend Chris Sparkle. Bazzard. Deputy Hughes. Durdles. Mr. John Jasper.
Dear Durdles, we might as well face it. We were destined to be together.
Oh, Puffler, my little powder puff, I will take you out of your opium and put you back on the street where you belong.
How can it be a white wedding?
Only if there's a blizzard.
Oh, my. Well, with my supply of opium, you sure will be happy indeed. Once we were perfect strangers, how strangely met are we. I want to hold you, fate ruled it so. You love me so, they told you. Let's not resist this ending. Once we have this pretending taste.
We would like to give a special gift to our seniors. So, first, stop making me cry.
We have 60.
We've got 6 seniors in the show. We'd like to give that faith label. And then his very first show and his very last, we've got and then she joined us recently, been in a few shows, we would love to very much you guys to be doing.
Just like any sports team that you've ever went and watched, this is a team. They do everything together. They win together. They lose together. They risk together. They fail together. And I love each and every one of them. And it's a privilege to stand up here tonight amongst these incredible students. So thank you for trusting me. Thank you.
I'm not good at projecting like Allie, but one last thing for some of our seniors, we at PACT are so lucky to offer a Children's Theater Scholarship to help our graduating seniors as they head off into college, into the world, and we just want to recognize our 3 winners for that. So first up, the first recipient is Macy Jones. Our next recipient is Mariah Murray. Recipient tonight is Angel Stump. And so thank you for supporting your local children's theater. It's only because of your support that we're able to do shows like this, award scholarships, and everything else we do. So thank you so much for being here.